You've been refreshing Walmart.com since last Tuesday trying to get a PS5, but you still can't score one. I know, it's bullshit. Check out my review though. You know what it is? The Cinco of the PlayStation 5. We got a custom 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU, and just like on the Xbox Series X, there's an AMD RDNA 2 GPU. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 825 gigabytes of storage, but that's not the whole truth. The real truth of the matter is you only have 667 gigabytes of storage. It's a little bit less than Xbox's 802 gigabytes of storage, but this one is 2 times faster than Xbox, so you're gonna have to pick your battles. I went with the standard edition, but I don't really use the Blu-ray player, so it's kind of like a maybe one day down the line I might use it, but if you're not into that, you can always get the digital edition and save yourself $100. Moving on to the front, there's a power button and an eject button. If you got the digital edition, you don't get one because what the hell are you gonna eject? There's also 2 USB ports on the front. There's one USB Type A, one USB Type C. On the back, there's 2 more USB Type A ports, an Ethernet jack, and a power jack. Nothing really out of the ordinary on the back. One thing to note about the USB ports, they all have the capability to transport 10 gigabits per second, but the front USB Type A port is only capped at 480 megabytes per second, so not the fastest, but really good to charge your controllers. All right, let's get the elephant out of the room here. If you haven't noticed, the PlayStation 5 is huge. I mean, it'll still fit in your TV stands, but it weighs about 10 pounds.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
I mean, it's even bigger than the first Xbox. And if you had the first Xbox, you know how big that thing was. And it's not all bad though. I mean, it has like this alien, futuristic, chunky thing going for it. And the sides are user replaceable. So think Xbox 360 faceplates on steroids. Personally, I think Sony should sell their custom side panels alongside the special editions of their games. So there's like the standard and like there's the deluxe. The deluxe version should have custom side panels, and that would be crazy. The PS5 is also much, much quieter. If you had a PS4, you know playing a game sounds like your PS4 is gonna take flight. And please give your console room to breathe. I mean, any console will overheat, so don't overheat your PS5 and post a picture on Twitter like, the PS5 overheats. No, you're the problem. I'm tired of the console wars. There's also a stand for the PS5, so you can stand it upright or lay it on the side. And it's a little finicky at first. It's like a spinning base with a hidden screw, but once you get it set up, I wouldn't worry about that anymore. Also going back to removable side panels, once you remove one of the side panels, you have access to the storage expansion slot, but more on that later. With the new CPU and SSD, everything is so much faster and the animations are snappy. No more is the dreaded trying to join a PlayStation party while you're playing a game and you gotta stop the game and it's just taking forever because it's just hanging. It's over now, all right? The UI doesn't take over the whole screen anymore, so you can still see your game while you browse the interface. And while we're on the topic of speed, the PlayStation 5 loads games a little bit faster than the Xbox Series X, but who's really counting the seconds? It's next gen and we all win. Like I said before, the PlayStation 5 has 667 gigabytes of storage, Xbox has 802 gigabytes of storage, and they both support expandable storage. But PlayStation 5 is disabled at launch. They're gonna have a software update to enable it, but until then, don't go crazy. Hopefully the update comes out sooner than later because NBA 2K21 is 114 gigabytes and the new Call of Duty is 120 gigabytes. That's like 40% of your storage. So please, Sony. If you already store your PS4 games on an external hard drive, you can plug the external hard drive in to have your PS4 games on your PS5, but you can't install any PS5 games on your external hard drive because speed reasons. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X are both based off of AMD's RDNA 2 GPU architecture, so you'll probably see about the same graphics between both of them, but how each console gets to the end result is a little bit different. Ray tracing is going to be the main new feature in next gen outside of 4K gaming and high refresh rates. Basically, ray tracing has been a thing for the movie industry, for CGI for a long time, but that's always been rendered so it happens one time, like when you watch a movie. But video games, it's real time, so if you turn left, you turn right, it's raining, reflections will be in puddles, will be in mirrors and glass, anything metallic. Real time for video games and ray tracing is huge. Sony took a bold stance this generation on immersion, and the first thing they focused on was audio. With the PlayStation 5, Sony introduced 3D audio. Now you want to have headphones so you get the full 3D experience, and everyone processes 3D a little bit differently, so there's a bunch of different options to choose from. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to get Call of Duty campers with this, and it'll make life so much easier. On the topic of immersion, the DualSense controller is where the PS5 really shines. It's wider like the Xbox Elite controller, but slim like the DualShocks were. I really thought the DualShock 4 was like a great controller, but this one is perfect. The one thing about this controller that sets it apart from anything else ever made is the haptic motors and the adaptive triggers. Let me explain. You see on most controllers, there's weights in each one of the grips of your controllers, and they just shake the hell out of your controller for no good reason. But with haptics, it's precision. If you walk on glass, if you walk on ice, if you walk on sand, everything feels distinct and feels different. That's precision. It may sound like a minor detail, but I know some people like to play with rumble off. I'm keeping it on for the first time in a long time because it just makes you feel like you're in the game. The adaptive triggers are another part of the story. The triggers in the controller actually have resistance motors in them, which is genius, and developers are starting to get really smart with how they implement them. In NBA 2K21, the triggers change tension based on how much boost you have left, without having to look around for the boost bar. And in Call of Duty, every one of the guns have different kind of feels to them, like a pistol will be much lighter to shoot than actually shooting an LMG, which would be much more harder to pull on the trigger. Like, that's genius. For me, it's the little things that Sony did with the PS5. The interface is so much faster, it's no longer clunky. Jumping into a random mission of a random game takes seconds, not minutes. You can download and install games so much faster. I downloaded and installed 4 games in under an hour. That's incredible. Well, I mean, from the PS4. They got rid of the stupid Capture Gallery app and actually built in a screenshot manager. And all the streaming applications are in the media section. Like, everything is perfect. To upgrade or not to upgrade? I mean, there's no real question here. If you're a gamer, you're gonna upgrade. But do you upgrade now? That's a different question. Fear of Missing Out says yes, upgrade now, but if you upgrade in January, you still have time to play through all the launch titles, and 2021 is going to be a crazy year, especially with God of War coming out, so I cannot wait for that. God of War on PS5 is gonna be game changing. Bets on the table. If this video helped you out or just made you mad because Walmart won't let you order your PlayStation 5, hit the subscribe button below, or is it over here? Doesn't matter. I'll catch you guys out in the next one. Peace.